Hi guys, welcome to my video. Today we will be ranking all tracks in Mario Kart World. Before we start, I just want to point out that only 12 of you are subscribed and our goal is 25 before the end of summer. But with that said, let's race, I know I'm not funny, into the video. Peach Beach. This course had so much potential to be a great one, considering the layout is only the original for lap 1. However, lap 2 feels like effort was put into it as just racing up the castle you don't get to see the castle. The worst lap in the entire game was lap 3, which is just boring, plain water. 29. I forgot to mention Desert Hills, but all they did was remove the hills, so 28. The last terrible track in my opinion. It's not Koopa Troopa Beach. It's Rainbow. Just kidding. Why would you think it's actually Rainbow Road? In reality, it's Mario Circuit. I like how it's a combination of all Mario circuits, except for why do they hate it so much? From the original Mario Kart. However, because they come from Super Mario Kart, they are short, and the fact Mario Circuit 4 isn't there is weird, considering all the others have already been remade. 27. Koopa Troopa Beach. The first decent track. It's Koopa Troopa Beach. This is a circle, but I like circles. The two things saving this from being a bad track is the shortcut through the boxes, and I like the beach. 26. This spot belongs to our first original track, Starview Peak. The reason it's so low on my list is because it feels too wide and half of it feels like Ice Outpass from Mario Kart 8. However, the reason it's not at the bottom is because it looks stunning. I love the visuals on this track. And the risk versus reward part at the water section, where you stay right on the edge out of the water for speed, but there is a chance of you falling off. I forgot to mention, we have special guest Axel Bottle to debate Moo Moo Meadows with me. Now, I think that Moo Moo Meadows isn't terrible, but I wish they gave Moo Moo Farm a try from the N64 to be remade, but this is nice. I like the shortcut over the cliff, but apart from that, it's kind of boring. It's been remade in 8. It's been in many games since Wii. And I just think that it's just not as good as the next tracks. Why do you like Moo Moo Meadows so much, Axel Bottle?
Moo Moo Meadows is the best because there are cows.
Whoa! Goodbye, Axel Bottle. From here, it's got hard to choose, but this spot goes to Dandelion Depths. The thing keeping it down the most is how the path gets too wide in the water section, and the parkour mechanics on this track are not too impressive. 23. Mario Bros. Circuit. Which makes sense. This is low as it is the first course in Grand Prix mode. It is a great starter course, however. 22. Wario Shipyard. This track is the only one in the game that I feel might have benefited from being an 8 instead, but the parkour at the end is really cool and the waves are fun as well. 21. Peach Stadium. Depending on which version, it could make it to the top 15, but it could make it to the number 30, depending on if it's the rectangle or not. 20. Now that we've made it to the top 20, we have Salty Speedway. This track is fun until the last few turns, which are similar to Peach Beach Lap 3. However, it is much shorter and feels like it tried to be fun the whole way through, which it is for the most part. 19. Cheap Falls, the last water track on this list. This is high because the shortcuts are difficult to master. We need to get a bit faster now, so let's speed up the video a bit. Number 18 is Choco Mountain. Doesn't feel chocolatey enough. 17, Sky High Sundae. Yummy! 16 is DK Pass. The shortcuts are quite fun. 15, Faraway Oasis is overrated slightly, but still a fun time. 14 is Acorn Heights. I like the vines. 13 is Crown City, because it's a fun course all around. 12 is where things get hard to rank, so 12 and 11 could very easily swap places. 12 is Toad's Factory, and 11 is DK Spaceport. I like the DK Spaceport gap jump, and the Toad's Factory ending shortcut. Top 10 starts us off with Dino Jungle, because dinosaurs are cool. 9 is Wario Stadium, because I love doing tricks off of the rails onto the walls, and it's just a great time all around. But for number 8, we have Shy Guy Bazaar. I love the amount of parkour on this track, and coming from Wario Stadium or Airship Fortress, you get a secret track through Daisy's Palace. Number 7, we have our first of all 3 great lava tracks. Dry Bones Burnout. He deserves this after Brown died Dunes from 8th, which was a terrible track. Dry Bones Burnout has the bones you can parkour on, split paths, and so much more. This may even be top 5 when I've played it more. Anyway, this is definitely the best Dry Bones course we've ever got. But for number 6, we've got Whistle Stop Summit. I could see this and Dry Bones Burnout changing the spot on the ranking depending on my mood. This is a crazy course, one of the craziest in the series, with all of its rails, which you can trick on. And there's even a grass shortcut and a gap cut if you're willing enough. For 5, we've got Great Question Block Ruins. The whole track is basically a shortcut, and I love it. The track is always a pleasure to play against new players, because I can win. For number 4, just missing out on the top 3 is Airship Fortress. I don't think this track needs to explain in much detail apart from these few words. Great use of mechanics. This is also our last remake of the ranking. Barely squeezing into the top 3, we have Boo Cinema. Boo Cinema is the best ghost track in the series. I am so glad they moved away from mansions and boardwalks. The only ghost track in the series that feels so perfect for the game that it's in is this one. And now we move on to the greatest 2 courses. Rainbow Road is number 2, and its shortcuts get crazy. It also looks stunning, has different themes in different areas, like space station and water section, and Rainbow Road is the only course with anti-gravity. This feels deserving of first even, if Bowser's Castle didn't exist. Number 1, Bowser's Castle, the best course in the game. This is above Rainbow Road because Rainbow Road feels too wide at times, and the crazy gap jump shortcut on this course is so fun to do. Speedy Road mechanic is the best in this course compared to any other course in the entire game. Just look at this. What a marvellous turn. Anyway, that will do for our video. So like and subscribe to me and Axel Bottle, and that's it. Bye.